I remember I once went to a museum, a prison museum, and they showed off some stuff prisoners have made, and the things they make is just mind-boggling. Like there was one, like there were two examples of like homemade bow and arrows.
Yeah.
One prisoner actually came up with a cannon. I kid you not.
Dude.
Like, he was working with the prison shopyard, and he took some scrap and actually got himself a proper working cannon. Don't know how. Don't ask me where he got the shells.
Dude, there are no greater engineers than prisoners. I swear to God. Like, I read this article by a guy who was like wrongly convicted and spent like 20 years in prison for something he didn't do. But he was like, yeah, I learned how to kill you with a magazine. Like, what?
I don't want to know.
Yeah.
I can well imagine.
Oh no, it was even weirder. It was like he would take out the staples that hold it together, soak those in human waste for long enough that it would become like an infectant, and then roll it into a blowgun and shoot it into your neck. Yeah, yeah.
That's just crap. That's a crappy way to die. Right?
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
Made from a fishbone. Like my chisel made from one of the iron clamps of my bedstead. Like my pincers. And my knife. And my lamp.
Okay, I don't know about the pinchers.
Which I make
Oh, you got the shank.
Right.
Standard issue prison shank right there.
Right.
Oh, I claim to have a skin disease. I sometimes ask for sulfur to relieve the pain.
Oh, that's clever.
Which I replenish my match. All this for a tunnel for my hope and salvation. Now my dead hope. 5 years spent on a tunnel that leads not to freedom, but to another man's self.
Now before you listen. Your tunnel runs in the same direction as the outer gallery.
Yes.
The seawall is here. I can just glimpse it from my window. Half your tunnel runs in the right direction. From the center point. We turn. You call it 50 degrees, I say 2 points more, north by northeast. And dig to the seawall about 100 meters.
My tunnel
Solid rock.
runs in the right direction.
So they deal with this in You've seen Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, I have seen Shawshank Redemption. That ending gets me every time.
Oh God, it was a masterpiece. But my point is, they deal with this in Shawshank, but I haven't seen them deal with it here. What about the displacement of the debris? Remember how he's out in the yard shaking his pants to, let the debris out?
They pull in a Great Escape and also using the other things for his chess piece collection.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
I think they addressed it in like a little montage here.
Okay. Because 100 meters, that is a lot of rock.
Living language.
Well, let's see. Say that we got a tunnel that's like 2 feet wide by another 2 feet wide. At its like widest point.
That's a heck of a lot of rock.
About 100 meters.
Edmund, for today's lesson in philosophical logic, let's apply our brains.
So here it is. That's how they get rid of the rocks.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They just chuck it out the window.
To whom could your
After smashing it into dust, of course.
Right.
consider
Also,
you
I'm not sure if that is actually rock. That looks more like just like clay and packed dirt.
Sure.
It's a long time to dig out.
Little easier going.
Isaac, who would Mercedes turn to were Edmund Dantes suddenly to vanish?
So the old man's kind of talking him through his situation here. Is that?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, teaching him logic, if you will.
Could they have been writing the letters that accused you, these three?
The old guy's got a great voice, huh? It reminds me of like Bakshi's Lord of the Rings narration or something.
You were examined by the prosecutor of the
Baski's Lord of the Rings.
who was
We gotta find a copy of that on YouTube. We're gonna
Absolutely.
addressed
Yeah.
to Nwati. 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 I knew a person of that name at the court of the Queen of Etruria, an ardent disciple of Napoleon. Edmund, what was your prosecutor called?
De Villefort.
Ha!
What have I said?
You have unlocked the whole mystery. My friend at the court of Etruria, the most ardent Bonapartist I've ever known. His name was Noirtier de Villefort.
The light bulbs are turning on.
His father.
I presume so.
His own father, a Bonapartist.
So, he destroys your letter.
And me.
And you.
At this moment, the Count of Monte Cristo was born.
Vengeance will be mine.
Sometimes I regret that I helped him discover the truth. I see too much in his face that was never there before.
Mondego.
Vengeance belongs to the Lord, Edmund. Turn away from such unholy thoughts before they destroy you.
Rus. Filth.
He's got his purpose back.
Edmund! Edmund!
Dear God, what is it?
Edmund. I'm ill.
Oh,
I'm dying.
You must live. I'll finish the tunnel myself.
Edmund, you must finish the tunnel and escape. Find the treasure.
Treasure?
oh,
A map.
Of the island of Monte Cristo. This is the lost map of Cesare's father, with whose death in 1498 vanished one of the great treasures of the world. This fortune has been buried on Monte Cristo for 3.5 centuries. Oh, Edmund, I wanted us to find this treasure together. Now it is for you to find alone. Do great charitable deeds with it. Spend this fortune which God has been hoarding for you in good and holy ways. Edmund, you must escape and find the treasure. My profession forbade me to marry, so you are my son, the child of my captivity. Make thy works of goodness a memorial to me.
What is such treasure to me? My real treasure lies here. You have enriched me beyond...
such a great scene till the kind of goofball death.
Yeah.
It's
Just like that, he's alone again.
still awesome character. Really, really great relationship. It's good stuff.
Mhm.
Yes, hot take. Alexander Dumas is good at writing. Pro tip.
Its only friend in the world, gone.
I mean, it's good incentive to get the hell out of there, I guess. Or not.
Oh.
Oh, God. Gonna find him in the old guy's cell.
Breakfast.
Close it! Close it!
Yeah, he's dead all right, the poor old lunatic.
You'll get the sack.
What was that on his head?
I don't
Nightcap.
Well, now we wait
Stocking
for the
cap.
times to change. Come on.
Tide to change? South of France. They're in the Mediterranean. There is no tide.
That's a good point. Oops.
And also, they left the door open. The cell.
It's not exactly the varsity we're dealing with here, of jailers.
Must be Epstein's jailers.
Right. To be fair, I guess the guy's dead. I mean,
Yeah, and they have no idea the time pump exists.
right, right. Ah. What was the Eastwood movie where they make fake versions of themselves out of like paper mache or something? Is that the Great
I
Escape?
think that was. No, I think it was Alcatraz.
Escape from Alcatraz. You're right. You're right. Yeah.
Door was open. I was always a little confused when I saw this for the first time. Why didn't he just walk out the door?
Right.
But then again, he was unconscious when they dragged him into the cell for the first time, so he has no idea what the inner.
True.
rest of
Yeah.
it looks
If they
like.
catch him wandering around, that's not going to go good. Oh God.
Yoink!
Yeah.
Yeeted him right off the cliff.
Right.
Ariel, let's see.
I was looking at those rocks. I was like, no, make it. So I was snorkeling one time in Fiji, of all places, and going underwater, like, I get like 6 feet underwater and the pressure's too much. It's like untenable. Like, I feel like I'm going to pass out. Like, I can't imagine.
I know how you feel.
I can't imagine being in that depth of water.
I know how you feel. Last year, my friends and I went camping up at Bruce Peninsula. Lakes, I can't remember which Great Lake it was, but there was a grotto there. It was underwater tunnel, and I could not, for the life of me, get deep enough
Yeah.
to go through it. It's like 12 feet underwater,
Right.
like a 20-foot deep grotto.
Wow.
But the air pressure was like, I know,
Yeah.
nursing.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. And also that lake was like freezing cold, and that was like a warm period. My whole body seized up, cramped. It was
Yeah.
painful.
Yeah.
It's half a life.
Wake up, old man.
How do you know that he's old?
Look at him.
Old man.
He got on his head. It's like a fishnet.
What is the function of that?
The good chief, Legorno, out of Corsica.
Only not a hairnet.
Yeah.
Bertuccio is my name. This is my mate, Jacopo. Now, who are you? Eh? What is your name?
Where do you go?
The island of Rion.
The top two currents should take us there in 2 hours.
You know these waters, huh?
Bertuccio, Jacopo. What are Italians doing in these waters?
I think you have already guessed.
How is the smuggling these days? Good?
Terrible.
Nice.
We need a navigator. A navigator who knows his way in this
Very
jungle.
chill about it.
Yeah.
You, would you join us? Now tell me. Who are you? What is your name? Where do you come from? There is no sign of a shipwreck. There's been a storm. The cannon of Chateau d'If.
You?
Jacopo, on this boat, a man's business is his business.
You have a young man's speed. How old are you?
Nothing. I know nothing.
If this is the year 1829,
Is it? Of course.
then I am 33 years old. And I will be 34 years old.
My goodness.
Only because of you, my good friends.
The priest was there.
Well,
Mercedes is married
to Mondego?
to Ferdinand Mondego.
Hey, weren't Dante's and Mondego friends in the Caviezel version?
Yes, they were. I think
Was that a change from the book?
it was a change from book from the book.
Okay, gotcha.
And Edmond, these burns in my throat of starvation. Your father died of starvation.
No one was there to look after him.
Oh, the rage builds.
Righteous anger.
Yeah.
Still wearing the fishnet.
Yes. I like he just joins up with these Italian smugglers.
God had delivered me into the hands
Well, he's got nowhere else to go.
Right.
He's like he's an escaped convict.
Right.
befriended me on faith alone, asking no questions, until the day I was strong enough to fulfill my promise to the Abbé Faria.
Seeking after the old man's buried treasure, I take it?
But wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
The entire Spada fortune is buried on Monte Cristo. It's been there for 3.5 centuries. Oh, Edmund, I wanted us to find this treasure together. Now it is for you to find alone. Do great charitable deeds with it. Spend this fortune which God has been hoarding for you in good and holy ways.
Was I only humoring the fancies of a beloved madman? By coming to the island of Monte Cristo, was I simply laying the spirit of the Abbey to eternal rest? Or was there a hope in my heart of hearts that his map would truly be the end of the rainbow?
I'm expecting just this like Indiana Jones style, just pile of gold.
You can see the beam of light from the floodlight off screen.
Right?
It's amazing the torchlight power they had back in the day.
Yeah. Fire burned more brightly back then.
Yeah.
Apparently. There was more oxygen in the atmosphere.
There's the one chest. Can you imagine if he missed the lock?
Should be more than half death from firing in those close quarters.
But movie logic.
Yeah.
And hello, beautiful.
Jackpot. I'm not poor anymore.
You're stinking rich.
Yeah.
Ave Maria. Dear priest, dear saint. I promise you by the God I had for so long forsaken. I promise you we will build your hospitals and house your orphans. I promise you there will be a flood of good things in 100 abandoned corners of the earth, and all in your name. And I promise you, Edmond Dantes, imprisoned in the prime of life, banished from the world for 14 years, I promise you, Edmond Dantes, you shall have your revenge.
Nice.
So he's 33 years old. Prison for 14 years. He was 19 when he was thrown in the Chateau d'If.
19 when they grabbed him.
Yep.
How'd you like to be a ship's captain at 19 years old? I realize people grew up faster back then, but
Well, I know in the Second World War, and that's like 100 years after this.
yeah.
I remember seeing this one thing on Netflix about a squadron of Thunderbolts that was being led by a 19-year-old, or now 26-year-old.
My God.
All of the pilots under him were like 18, 19-year-old. They called this 26-year-old the old man.
Right.
How did he contact the bank?
I was approached by his equerry, sir. A rough-looking fellow with a terrible scar.
Yes. Typical.
That's Donald Pleasance, I think.
He has all the trappings of the exotic. Mystery clings to him like
Famously of the Halloween films. He was Dr. Loomis, the original Dr. Loomis.
He was also one of the Bond villains, the melted face and the white cap.
Yes.
He only died twice.
Blofeld, I believe.
Yeah.
Question for what? Huh? Nobody knows. And this pasha of mystery.
Now he's a banker.
From nowhere.
That always confused me. He went from being a ship's, I assume, accountant to a big-time banker.
Yeah.
With a massive kind of cool.
That's a promotion.
What is it?
Yeah, a bit of a career change right there.
Right. I like that bust of Cicero over his right shoulder. I think that's Cicero.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure that's Cicero.
I think that might be Caesar on the other hand, on the other side. And here, it's the Count de Monte Cristo.
Hangs his coat on him like he's a hanger.
I think it's a cape, actually.
Oh,
cloak.
Yeah.
You know, if I could bring back any piece of fashion from any time in history, I would bring back clothes. Because I think that looks so cool.
Hell yes. You should just wear it. Who cares if it's in fashion?
Yeah, it might start a trend.
Yeah,
but I don't have one like that. I have like a homemade, cloak that my brother made when we went paintballing.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like, those are the glasses. They haven't seen each other for like, I want to say, at least 16 years at this point, so he doesn't
Right.
recognize. Give giving her the death glare right off the bat.
Right.
I've since decided to stay on another 2 or 3.
Ferris will be proud.
I feel like I'd recognize his voice, if nothing else.
Now I wish to open an account with you.
Well, if you haven't seen a guy for over 14 years and you honestly think he's dead,
That's probably true. Yeah.
5 million?
Think about like a guy you haven't seen since 2006. Yeah, maybe you're right. Didn't even know all that well.
As marvelous as any creation of man, including his poetry, music, and painting. Who handles money properly is also an artist.
Yes. Yes.
5.
Monsieur, I shall take
Advise me
personal...
through my staff.
wrong.
I thank you.
Monsieur the Count.
I am impressed by your head of Imhotep, sir. A fine specimen.
Imhotep.
My PlayStation just went into rest mode, and I'm downloading Final Fantasy VII. I'm just gonna turn that back on.
Thank you.
It should still keep loading if it's in rest mode.
Does it? I'm always.
We can render in the meantime.
It always seems like
Yeah,
it doesn't to me.
Convenience.
Point of fact.
If it switches completely off, then it doesn't work. But when it's in sleep mode, it's still technically on.
Gotcha.
But now, for convenience, I've taken an apartment on the Champs-Élysées. I'm told there have been random robberies in the neighborhood. For police protection, to whom does one apply?
And all papers in the case should be consigned to the King's Attorney.
At once, Monsieur de Villefort.
Thank you.
Barrow Danglars.
Danglars, you are late.
My dear de Villefort, I have the honor to present the Count of Monte Cristo.
So this.
Count of Monte Cristo.
My dear Count, welcome.
Okay, so
Monsieur,
Please sit down.
I hope I'm not intruding on the business of the day.
Intruding, not at all. A minor matter, all dispensed with.
for
Surely
the second
you've been reading about
Napoleon II's
Jacques
King of the
Benoit,
Throne.
who
Right.
killed the brother of Senator Gallimard.
Yes. Has a judgment been reached?
Indeed, the guillotine.
If a man tortures and murders your brother or your son or your father,
Personally, I'm of the opinion if you want to execute a man, just hang him.
eternal justice,
Let him die intact.
torn from your heart. You really think society has given you sufficient reparation because the blade of the guillotine has passed between the murderer's trapezius and his occipital bone?
Oh,
Because the man who caused you
what a way to put it.
immeasurable suffering has endured a few seconds of physical pain.
My dear Count, are you suggesting the medieval way, torture?
I am suggesting the holy remedy. An eye for an eye.
Yes, indeed. Very interesting.
Well,
Giving them every opportunity to realize who he is, but they don't take it.
he was
Yeah.
seeking police protection for his residence. I took the liberty of...
This office is at the service of the Count of Monte Cristo. We can post police officials on both streets of his residence, front and rear, as many as you may desire.
Monsieur de Villefort is too generous.
Paris must do its very best for this.
Intimidated by his wealth, perhaps.
Father, you promised to come.
Well, back then, wealth spoke more than it does today.
Indeed.
Gone. You know he frets. Good morning, Baron Danglars. Good morning, sir. How long will this business take? You know he must eat a nap. Since when do you have such visitors, Father? This gentleman doesn't look like a criminal or a lawyer.
I'm afraid my daughter is outspoken to a fault and slightly ill-mannered. Please forgive her.
Father.
Valentine, I have the honor to present the Count of Monte Cristo.
Monte Cristo? Oh, sir. I shall be the envy of every girl in Paris. What they're saying is true. You are handsome. And are you as rich as they say, monsieur?
Rich in experience, mademoiselle. Rich in years. And growing richer by the moment in my appreciation of the loveliness of Paris.
Monsieur, you busy?
Am I?
Do me the greatest of favors. Will you come to meet my grandfather?
Valentine, will you stop this nonsense?
You would frighten me.
Awesome.
Many days to come.
Mademoiselle honors me.
The Count of Monte Cristo. How extraordinary. But how did you manage to bring him here?
As a matter of fact, it wasn't easy.
Now, isn't Monte Cristo uninhabited at this time?
Yes, it is. It's just a rock.
Yeah, so he's the count of a rock.
Count of Monte Cristo.
Basically.
That's fantastic.
See how influential I am. The man all Paris is gasping to meet, and I bring him to your room. Monsieur le Comte, my grandfather, Monsieur de Noirtier.
Oh, God.
Honored, monsieur.
My grandfather is paralyzed, monsieur, from an old wound at Austerlitz. He can speak
This is
only
the man
one
who
word.
inadvertently destroyed his life.
Right.
What is it you want, Grandfather? Another pillow? Some water?
Oh, he recognizes him, doesn't he?
No, like, they never met.
C.
Oh, right,
Edmund and
right,
this
right.
guy never met.
That's right.